So, hello everybody, welcome to my review of Seven Wonders Cities. It's the second expansion for Seven Wonders. Yeah, you don't need the leaders expansion to play cities, but if you want to use the leaders that comes with cities, then you should get leaders as well. If you are a big Seven Wonders fan, I think you already own leaders. If not, you should do so. I don't know if you can start with cities as first expansion. But I would recommend to start with leaders and then buy cities. And if you play a lot of Seven Wonders and want some new cards, some new mechanics, some more interesting things you can do, then you should consider cities. But well, let's show you the new things that comes. I will first explain the new mechanisms, so diplomacy and debts would it be in German. I have in English I have the German edition, and yeah, as you know, my English is not so good, so don't blame me if it's bad, but I will try to explain everything as good as I can. And after that I will show you the cards and the new cool things you can do with the cards, show you the wonders, show you the new leaders, explain the team variant, and I hope then you have a good impression what Seven Cities gives you and if you should buy it or not. And well, let's start with the new mechanics and diplomacy at first here. Okay, let's start with the black cards as first. The black cards are city cards, a new category of cards, and if you set up the game, you just count as many cards as players are there. So if there are 5 players, you take 5 cards from every age and shuffle them with the other ones, and you're dealing 8 cards to every player. So every player plays 7 cards instead of 6 in the normal game. And yeah, that's the way the city cards are introduced. They are black cards, so if you see symbols on the cards, like here, considering on black cards, then the city cards are the one. And yeah, so the first new mechanic is diplomacy. If a player plays this card, he gets 1 victory point in the end, and he takes 1 diplomacy marker and puts it on his board. It stands that other players see that you have a diplomacy marker. I will lay it down, you can see better then. And you should, the rule says, stay fair, inform everyone that you got a diplomacy marker. You know how chaotic a game of Seven Wonders sometimes is, so everyone should know that you have a diplomacy marker. Then the clause is, the diplomacy marker has the effect that at the end of an age there are the military conflicts. And normally you would fight with your neighbor, with your right neighbor, with your left neighbor, and if you have a diplomacy marker, then you're peaceful. You are considered as if you are not there. So not you and your partner, your right neighbor, are fighting each other, so your both neighbors are fighting each other, and you are just not there. So if you don't have any military strength, it doesn't matter. If you have a diplomacy marker, then you don't get any minus points, and you don't get any victory points. So that's a nice mechanic. There are 3 diplomacy markers, and as you see on the cards of the first age, there's just 1 diplomacy marker. Leader has a diplomacy marker, some cards of the later ages have diplomacy marker, and the new wonders have some diplomacy markers on them. But at the end of the age, after the military conflicts are resolved, you give the diplomacy marker back. So you don't collect them, you just use them one time and then they're gone. So not everyone can have a diplomacy marker, and there is no fighting at the end of a round. That's pretty cool, I think. So the next interesting mechanic are the debts. I hope they are also called so in English. In German it's Schulden, what means debts in German. And if a player plays this card, every other player has to spend 1 of his coins back to the pool. That is done after resolving other effects, so after buying things or paying for buildings that you're buying, or after you trade with your neighbors. After all that is done, every player has to give back 1 coin to the pool. If he doesn't want to, or if he isn't able to, he takes 1 debt marker, which is worth 1 minus point at the end of the game. And there are several cards that are just don't have effects on that you just give 1 money back. Other cards make that you, for every step of your wonder you finish, you have to pay something, or for every victory point marker you have to pay something. I will show you the cards soon. But those are both new mechanics, so debts and diplomacy. So everyone gives a coin back, or sometimes, if you see here, H3, there's a debt 3, you have to give 3 coins back. That's 1 minus point if you have the coins. If you don't have the coins, you have to pay 3 back. And that's the theme of cities, I think. If you see here, all the cards cost money. Of course, some cost also resources, but money is definitely a huge thing. So here in this third age it's not so much, but in the second age, I should have sorted them. So here you need money for most of the cards. And now let's come to the cards. I will explain them to you so that you see what cards you get. And let's start with the H1. So here 2 victory points, 1 debt. Every other player has to give back 1. Here this is also straightforward. 1 victory point, you get 1 diplomacy marker. This is a cool effect. If you play this card, you get 6 coins. Your neighbors each get 1 coin. This is a secret depot, or how you call it in English, and you can just 1 resource that your city produces is doubled. So you can choose, if you have stone, then you produce 2 stone in this round. That's pretty cool. This makes it cheaper for you to buy at your left neighbor. You pay 1 coin less. And if you have other things that make you pay less coins, then it can be that the first resource in the round you buy is where you have to pay 0 for, and you get it for free. That's pretty cool, just for victory points. This is a Joker card. With this card you can copy a green card of your neighbor city. So if there's a you need just 1 additional card to complete a set, or if you need 1 card to get 9 points more, then you just say, okay, this counts as circle, and then you get more points if you have this in your city at the end of the game. Just 2 military strengths. Here's the same as before, just for your right neighbor. And that were the cards from H1. As you see, most of the cost money or nothing. This cost nothing, gives you money, rather cool. Then we come to H2. Here's again, you get 9 coins, your neighbors 2 coins, you have to pay 1 for this. Here you get military strength, relative cheap, just for money and a scroll. Here's 3 victory points and 2 debt. This is a black market. Black market is rather cool. Any resource you don't produce in your city, you get for this card. So if you don't have any stone in your city and you can't produce it, this card allows you to get 1 stone per round. So this is the Architect Bureau, and this is really cool. If you've built this card, or if you played this card, you get 2 victory points, and from now on you don't have to spend any resources for your wonder. If you build on the steps of your wonder, you don't pay resources. If you playing with Petra, then you have still to pay the 14 coins for it, but you don't have to pay the 4 resources here for the first step. You just put the card under the wonder and have constructed that step of the wonder. That's pretty cool. This is again a Joker, where you copy a card of your neighbors, a green card. This gives you a diplomacy marker, and here every player has to spend 1 coin for each victory marker he has. So it's a second card, so maximum 2 coins can be. And he has 6 victory points, and those were the cards from H2. Let's now come to H3. Let's start with the guilds. There's 3 new guilds. Well, this just gives you 5 coins, and every other player has to spend 1 victory point. 3 coins, what is equal to 1 victory point if he has them. That's not so cool, I think. Here you get 1 victory point for each black card your neighbors have built, and here you get 1 victory point for each victory marker your neighbors have. So if you're playing with diplomacy and you don't get any minus points, you now get additional points for the military success of your neighbors. So that gives you new interesting possibilities. So, and now let's come to the other city cards of age 3. Here you get 5 victory points, and every player, for every victory marker he has to pay 1 coin. Here every player has to pay 1 coin for each step of his wonder he has already finished. So if a player has finished 3 steps of his wonders, or even 4, he has to spend 4 coins or take 4 depth markers. This is again a joker card, so if you played all those 3 cards, you can get a lot of points, really, if the players on your neighbors have the exact symbols that you are needing, then you can get up to 7 times 7s points for just 1 symbol you are collecting. So that can be very, very dangerous, and you have definitely to look up. Don't give this card to a player who gets on green cards and gets many points for them. Here the capital, just 8 victory points. Here you get a peace marker and victory points. This is 5 military strengths for just 5 coins and a piece of clothes. Here you get 1 money and 1 victory point for each victory marker you have. Here again 4 victory points and 3 debts. And here you get 1 money and 1 victory point for each black card you've built already. So those are the cards for the game. I think you get a great overview. There are nice mechanics like the black market or the depot or other things. I think it adds more variability to the game and more dynamic, and you can do more than you could have done before. You definitely want to build more cards than before, and it's always a twist. You have a lot of good cards on your hand, and which one do you play? Okay, there are even cards for the wonders, as you know them, and there are leaders. I will show you the leaders. The leaders, Berenike makes you get 1 more coin every time you get a coin from the common. That's cool because you need a lot of money for most of the cards from cities. Here with Caligula you can build 1 black card for free each age, just 1 time. Here you just get 2 victory points and 1 diplomacy marker the time you play the leader. Semiramis is pretty cool. If you lose in a battle, you get minus points, and each of these defeated markers counts as 1 shield. So if you lose in military, you get stronger in military. That's rather cool. This guy reminds, well, I don't know which movie it could be where they were inspired from. If you know, you could post a comment maybe. No, but this gives you a 1 victory point for each black card you are building. And this leader, Diocletian, he gives you 2 coins for every black card you are building, buying, or just playing from now on. So I think there are pretty cool things in this expansion. The leaders are great, the diplomacy mechanic is nice, it's not that awesome. The depths are also nice, they're not overpowered, but I think it's good that you it's not good if an expansion gets too many overpowered cards. It just fits into the game system very well, and it gives you new interesting opportunities. And I think, the last thing I can show you or talk about, I can't show anything about it, it's a team variant. If you're playing with 4, 6 or 8 players, then you can play in teams. So each team partners are sitting together, and they can show their cards each other, they can talk about their cards and what they want to do, but they, if there's a military conflict, then they're not in battle with each other. So you're just yeah, fighting with your direct enemy neighbor and the neighbor next to your team partner. And the one thing, if you're playing with the team variant, if you're winning in H2, you get 2 markers with 1 victory point. If you're winning in H2, you get 2 markers with 3 victory points. If you're winning in H3, you get 2 markers with 5 points. On the other side, if you lose, each time you get 2 of those markers. And yeah, the diplomacy has the effect, if you have 1 diplomacy marker in an H, and if there's a ballot at the end, then you are participating, you're not absent as in the normal game, but you just take or get 1 marker instead of 2. So if you would get 2 defeat markers, you just get 1 marker, but if you would get 5 winning markers, you only get a 5-point winning marker. You only get 1 if you have this diplomacy marker. So you should, yeah, have a look if it's good to play this diplomacy card or not. And yeah, well, that's all. No, that's not all what's in this box. The Wonders, Petra and the Byzantinum. I will show you this as the last thing. Well, this just gives you 3 victory points and makes every other player play, has 2 debts and pay 2 money. And this is pretty awesome. You have to spend 14 coins to get 14 victory points. That's a 1-on-1 ratio. Normally for 14 coins you just would get 3 victory points. So that's a big boost. You have to collect a lot of money, and in the most cases in the third age you should have a lot of money. So that's the way, if you're playing with Petra, the debt cards are even more important to hinder your the other players, the player who has Petra, to build this thing, because 14 victory points is pretty much just for 14 coins. It's a good ratio. And here you have the same, you get 3, 7, 7, and this 7 points you have to pay for 7 money. That's even pretty cool. But I think I would definitely prefer to play with this side. This is pretty awesome. And then you have the Byzantinum, also straightforward, victory point, victory point, victory point. And if you finish this one, you get a diplomacy marker. And yeah, here you just get a diplomacy marker and some victory points. So yeah, that's I think it forces a special strategy, because it's good if you're not on military to finish this wonder. It gives you good opportunities. If your neighbors are very strong military and you think, oh, I would get a lot of minus points and they would get a lot of plus points, then you just can finish this wonder and you're out of the thing. But if you're strong in military and you want to get the victory points on your own, then it's better not to finish the steps of the wonder, because then you wouldn't fight and wouldn't get the plus points, and your neighbors wouldn't get the minus points. So yeah. And then there is a new block where you can note your points. The minus points from the debts are noted with the coins. You could just add them, and then if you're playing with the team variant, then you can here add up the points of both team players. Here the black and leader cards points are noted, and well, that's all. That's what comes with 7 Wonders Cities. I think it's pretty cool. If you like 7 Wonders, if you have already the first expansion, then you should definitely get this one. If you haven't ever played of 7 Wonders and you wonder should I buy cities or leaders or both expansion and play with them, I would recommend that you just get 7 Wonders, play 10 games or more from the normal game, and then get the expansion of your choice. But I would recommend to start with leaders, because you get leader cards with the cities expansion, but you can use them, but you don't get anything in the leaders expansion that you can't use if you don't have cities. That's normal because it's the second expansion. So I would recommend to buy the expansions in the line they were released. So just get 7 Wonders, get 7 Wonders leaders, get 7 Wonders cities, and be excited what comes next. I think there will come some other expansions maybe. I hope so. And I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you had a lot of fun, and hope to see you next time in an English review. I hope you understand most of the things. And well, before I talk even any longer, I hope you have a lot of fun with Seven Wonders Cities, and goodbye.